Okay, so here we are. I'm wondering where all the sand went. And I was out on the beach today and I realized that, yeah, we lost a lot of sand up onto Estero Boulevard, but I also noticed something really crazy different about the beach. Okay, we were not at low tide. Um, I thought we were at an ultimate low tide, but we're not. And when I got back here to my house, I noticed I always kind of gauge that by um, where my wave runners are. And so anyway, the beach, when got to really looking at it, it kind of like the storm pushed a tremendous amount of the sand up onto Estero Boulevard, and a lot of it crossed and it's dispersed in all these lots, and then probably some of it into the bay. But it looks like as it withdrew, it pulled a lot of the sand with it. So a lot of different contractors out here working on the beach today. The one set of contractors, they're going down the street and they're cleaning up the final cleanup, and they're going into each and every one of beach accesses and they're cleaning all that up. The others, what they're doing, they're cleaning up all the seaweed and stuff that got deposited here by Hurricane Helene. And now you see right here, these guys, they're taking the sand that they piled up off of the Estero Boulevard and they're putting it back out onto the beach. So if you notice the one corner of that parking lot, it got erased from the storm. They're filling that up with rocks and that. This seawall here is one of them that a significant amount of sand is missing from. So they're putting a lot of the sand right back in front of it. That's Crescent Park, Margaritaville. Basically, we're just showing you, look at how wide the beach is. The beach looks wider. This is not low tide. This is kind of in the middle. Look at Margaritaville. Look at how much sand is still in their pool. They have had about 50 guys out there working on it. They're all at lunch right now, but they're hand digging all that stuff out. What a lot of work. Same thing happened down at the Pink Shell, and they got a bunch of help, and they got theirs back open, I understand. So when you get out here, this little washout in front of Lani Kai, that's never been there. It's always been out a ways. If you see where they put the tables and chairs and stuff like that, that's about the normal for the beach. So at a minimum tide, the water should be a little bit closer. Now, I could be reading this wrong. Definitely I'm me, but it looked when I was out on the beach to be so much wider. When I got back here, I thought for sure I was going to see my wave runners all the way down, and they weren't. And then I looked at the tide chart and it was right in the middle. So to me, it looks like what happened is it pushed a bunch of the sand across the island, and then it pulled a lot of the sand back. So this is actually going to help us on our beach nourishment. Now the volume of the sand is different than it was, at least closer to where the seawall areas or where the setback areas are. So we're basically just wanting to share this with you. So Fort Myers Beach is on it, man. They are on it big time. As they come and get further away from downtown, they're getting more and more of the stuff. The beach accesses are cleaned up, and it seems like they're sweeping the sidewalk and they're sweeping the street, and they're just kind of cleaning it all the way up and going from north to south. And out here you can see they had somebody come out here and drag this and get all the seaweed out of there. There's another contractor working up here closer to the where the old Junkanoo used to be, and they're cleaning up the seaweed and hauling it. And I noticed they were dumping it over at the Newton Park again. Not nearly the amount that we had a few months ago when they cleaned up after Debbie. Not nearly that volume. What I did notice about this is there was so much of this seaweed. There was a lot of garbage in the seaweed this time. And the seaweed that I saw after Debbie, there wasn't much garbage. So this was probably pushed up and brought back out with when the storm receded. So again, this looks a lot wider to me. It looks a lot wider. And if you look about if you look at the water and you look about 20 to 30 feet in, there's like a little gully there, or a little valley. So basically, this is Remove It Pros Demolition bringing this to you. I mean, we're a demolition channel, and what we focus on is highlighting our demolition stuff, our luxury demolitions, things that we do. It's a way for us to advertise and look for additional business. So we are, so we're bringing this to you. This is a DJI Mini 3 drone. And basically, if you're needing work done on the beach, you need your pools dug out, you need garages cleaned up, stuff like that. We do a lot of little small jobs too. We'll also tear down houses and do interior work, selective demolition work, and anything it needs manpower within reason. So basically, this is it. This is them. This you can see the remnants of that. They've cleaned a lot of it up. Those piles right there are piles of seaweed mixed with various little chunks of debris. And then if you look up here as you get a little bit closer, they've got quite a bit of it done. So again, it's Remove It Pros Demolition, just bringing you where we think or have realized that a lot of the sand is not missing, or not nearly as much as I had thought. So, all right, that's it. So we'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. And if you need any demolition work, it's 239-333-7678. And www.removeitpros.com. If you're needing hurricane windows, or you're needing kitchens or vanities, or refrigerators or stoves or washers and dryers and stuff like that, our shop is at 28381 Racetrack Road in Bonita Springs. If you're familiar with where the dog track used to be, it's our warehouse sits directly across the street from that, where the dog track used to be. So that's it. And we'll see you on the next video.